You must have a problem with any party that has the name Democratic, because that is one red flag. ODM will die with Raila Odinga. ODM will not live like we have seen Oginga Odinga's party on the Kenya live.
Hello and welcome to the Political Oracle, a segment of the Talkchat podcast. My name is 𝐬𝐃𝐌 𝐂𝐨𝐬 and today I'm joined by political analyst Dr. Michael Ndonye. Karibu sana daktari.
Asante.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
It's nice to have you on this podcast.
Thank you to Jasmine.
Yeah, so today we want to look at the ODM's contradiction and Ruto's big win ahead of 2027. So recently, speaking in Siaya, Orengo was saying, if Raila says we go right, we'll go right. If he says we go left, we'll go left. Because he's their leader.
When Baba says right, we go right. When Baba says left, we go.
And then also we saw other young turks also within ODM, like Babu Owino, who was saying he has not declared officially that he has left ODM.
Yeah.
And Raila is still his leader.
Chama cha ODM kinamaanisha Orange Democratic Movement. Democracy inamaanisha ya kwamba majority have their way. Minority have their say within the party. Sisi wenyewe hatujasema tumetoka ODM. Kwa hivyo mtu yeyote asiseme ya kwamba tumetoka ODM. Na sisi tunajua kiongozi wetu ni Raila Amolo Odinga.
Yet, we've also seen him prominent and being in the forefront of the Kenya Moja alliance that has been coming out and saying it is the only political force.
Kenya Moja alliance is not a third force. It is the only force.
So how do you think this fragmentation within the party influences its credibility ahead of 2027?
Of course, I think I sometimes like discussing ODM because they are so smart and so unsmart in politics. I'm not shocked when Orengo says he will follow Raila Odinga because Orengo and Raila wametoana mbali. They have been together since 80s. Okay? So they have done politics together. They have used the same strategies, of course, to wield power and control power and to stay in power. Without Baba, Orengo would not be elected as governor in Siaya. And without Baba, many politicians, especially from Nyanza, would not be elected. Of course, there are also some other regions where Baba and ODM controls. So when he says he will go where Baba says they go, he is right because he is supporting his right man. He is supporting his mentor, the person who has been at the center of his political power. But when we see Babu Owino say that I have not left ODM, we see two things. Number one, we see a strategic person who wants to weigh options and who wants to use Baba to gain power or to be elected. And then we can count that as strategy. On the other side, we are seeing also a person who is younger but with older generation mindset. If he is not going to leave ODM, it could be too late for him. At the end of it, he needs to declare his stand and tell Kenyans who believe in him. Who really is he? Is he ready to sacrifice? Why is he playing safe? Okay? We don't expect such people to still be saying at this age when they have been made that whatever Baba atasema tutafollow. So, of course, he has not said that, but he should disassociate himself with ODM as early as now. And this is the time. Otherwise, ODM will die with Raila Odinga. ODM will sink with Raila Odinga. In fact, I'm telling you, ODM will not live like we have seen Oginga Odinga's party on the Kenya live. For the Kenya has lived for long. Number one, because of the kind of generation ODM has found, and also the nature of who is who in ODM. ODM has never been democratized. And you must have a problem with any party that has the name Democratic, because that is one red flag that it is not democratic. in the first place. It's just like countries which have the name Democratic Republic of Congo. There is no democracy there. It's a cover-up. The same with the ODM. It bears the name Democratic. And it falls victim of those parties that bear the name Democratic and they are not democratic in the first place. So those are the two reasons why ODM will never leave beyond Raila Odinga.
Okay, that's very interesting. Also, something else, time and time again, we have seen how Ruto is not a newbie in politics.
Yeah.
We have seen him absorbing Raila, who used to be the face of opposition. He managed to win over Hassan Joho. So in what ways do you think he's redefining the opposition political narrative?
Ruto is not a political greenhorn. That is what I usually say, in accordance to his time and also in line with the current political structures. Raila Odinga and Ruto has never been enemies. They are only divided by politics. They are united by class and business. They are business associates. They live in the same area. They are neighbors. And I will always say that. As Linjiro says that politicians are relatives. They are relatives, they belong to the same tribe, they have the same DNA. It doesn't mean they come from the same ethnicity or that composition. Those compositions are for the poor. The compositions of ethnicity, region, those are for the poor people. For the rich people, they have other classifications like class. Where do we take which aircraft do we fly? Okay, we fly first class. That's a different class. We play golf together. Otherwise, Ruto cannot play golf with Mama Boga. I don't know even whether Mama Boga knows what is golf. Them, they know football. Football is for the poor people. For rich people, they don't know Manu or what. They know golf clubs. They do other things. So they are relatives. They are closer. William Ruto is closer to Raila Odinga more than he is closer to 𝐿𝐿. He is more of belonging to Raila Odinga, more of Uhuru Kenyatta. He is closer to people in that class more than he is closer to his 𝐿𝐿 tribe. And that is why he can play allegiance to Raila Odinga and to people in his class more than he can do with his 𝐿𝐿 people. Because the tribal alignments, ethnic alignments, those are alignments for the low class people. And they are also mobilizing factors to mobilize the poor people so that they can endorse you in a democracy. So we should see it from that perspective. Is he redefining politics? No. It has always been there. What they are doing actually is to come together and realize we cannot play politics the way we used to do. So for us to remain in power, we must unite because now they have a common enemy. The common enemy of what we call legacy politicians is change. The new revolution, the new change that is happening now is their common enemy. They have to come together to fight the change or they will be driven out of power.
Eat or be eaten.
Yeah, they have to be united. Otherwise, they will be eaten separately. They either come together and consolidate their power because change has come. They just have to defy it. You can never stop change. So their aim of coming together to resist change, they know they cannot resist it, but they want to at least defy the change so that in their time, they enjoy power, they enjoy influence, and all that comes with it.
That's very insightful. Also, do you think maybe ODM's history as a reformist party still resonates with the younger voters?
No, it ended. ODM is gone. And it is not only ODM, old other parties, ODM, Wiper, sijui KANU, sijui all those, they cannot resonate with the new generation. And it is not because of their weaknesses, it's because of times and seasons have changed. The same way ODM has always lived to be in opposition. Now, what will you tell a young person about opposition as a body? Young people don't know about opposition as a body. They know opposition as a person. So they resist as individuals, not as a group. That is why you will see a young person standing before that tanker that releases the tear gas, standing there and lifting flag and try to endure as an individual, not as a group. So young people are different because their power comes as first individuals and then now they come together as many individuals, not as a group. You will never see young people holding hands. Let me tell you, look at 1990s politicians. They would hold hands and they say, together we are moving. Have we ever seen Gen Zs doing that?
No.
They don't hold hands at comrades' power. They don't. They go as individuals. That is the nature of the current generation way of doing things.
Okay, so it's going to be hard to consolidate them as a group and convince them.
You can't consolidate young people using groupthink. You have to convince each one at a time. If you want to understand that, even understand the way social media technologies target them. They target one follower at a time, one follower. So you gain one like, another like. For you to get 10 million likes, you must have 10 million people individually deciding to follow you. You get?
Yeah.
That is it.
Okay. Now, when we started, we mentioned Babu Owino, and also we've seen the likes of Saboti MP, 𝐒𝐿 Amisi. They have not officially stated that they're out of ODM, but we have seen them come out with this other political force as the Kenya Moja movement. Now, in what ways do you think maybe these individuals, for example, Babu Owino commands a strong following? Now, in what ways do you think maybe them, if they were to come out of ODM, could undermine the party?
There are two things. And one thing I fear is that one day we will sit here and start discussing the Kenya Moja as an appendage of the system. It will be regrettable if one day we will sit here and say the system decided to create a Kenya Moja movement to deflect people. If that will happen, these guys will have been used to betray their generation. If that comes, we will tell them. But as for now, they should have no business with the old orders. Full stop. And if they have businesses with the old orders, they will stall. They will be there when other leaders faithful to this generation will rise and overthrow them. And they have limited time because leaders rise out of necessity. Leaders rise out of revolutions. When a revolution occurs like what we are seeing now, a generational revolution, if some leaders are not ready to transform themselves into that expectation, others will come up. And when they come up, they will kill those who betrayed them. Not necessarily natural deaths, but they will die politically. So it is them to decide whether they are going to transition well from the old order to the new order. So tell them, their Mrs. Babu Owino and the likes, that their time is limited to transition. And as they transition, they must leave the baggage. And I said that. They must leave the baggage in terms of ideologies and strategies of the old order. If they move with it on this other side, they will be like putting a new wine into an old wineskin. They will burst. They will not find it easy. Yeah.
Okay, and now as we come to the conclusion, if Ruto manages to secure a second term, and we are seeing he has the support from Raila, what does this signal towards ODM as a party?
The ODM will be done. If Ruto secures the second term, courtesy of ODM, ODM will have finished. And of course, ODM is Raila Odinga. So Raila Odinga is signing off. I think we are trying to restart his system, which is closing down, then we restart, we reboot. So I don't think in 2032 we'll be able to reboot Raila Odinga. And because Raila Odinga and ODM are the same thing, and he is not planning to leave ODM as a legacy, as inheritance to anyone, we'll just go with it. So it will be the end of ODM, it will be the end of Raila Odinga. Of course, it is the end of Raila Odinga. So for him, we cannot reverse. For ODM, it can be a legacy. But because he has not detached himself from the ODM, it will just end like other parties belonging to other politicians. Kibaki alienda na DP. You hear politicians who go and they don't leave their parties to anyone. They don't prepare anyone. At least Oginga Odinga and prepared kijana wa Malo. And now the party is still living before the Kenya. But for the asili, ile ya Matiba is not there. Of course, we still have some enduring parties like KANU that we may think they can transform themselves, but we still have the memory. KANU has a disadvantage of memory. Yeah, so ODM will just go like PNU. There was PNU. I don't know whether you found PNU. There was Jubilee. You remember Jubilee? It was just there some few years ago, but it is gone. There was URP. Where is URP? It is gone. There was Wiper. Where is Wiper? By the way, Kalonzo now has a new party, not Wiper. It is no longer called Wiper. Yeah. So Wiper was meant to make things clear. It was the Wiper Yagar in a Wiper. It could not work. So political parties in Kenya, they aid with the politicians because they treat them as personal entities.
And now if ODM does come to an end, what do you think will happen to those who are close to Raila, for instance, now like Orengo?
Orengo is also going. You expect Orengo to be in politics in 2032? No, he's aged. Not bad. Every one of us will age. With them, they have no vision for ODM build themselves. The Orengo, the Professor, Anyang' Nyong'o, Raila Odinga, Oburu Odinga, those old guys. They are not interested. If the ODM will have traveled them to the end of their political career, they don't care.
Okay.
And that means they have never been legacy oriented.
So the only people it will be disadvantageous to is the young.
These young people, I'm telling them to jump now. Because the ship is going to sink. Jump now. Please put on your safety jacket and jump out of the ship because the ship is going. And to remember, if you watch the Titanic video, the captain never left the steering. He died with it. That is what they are doing. So those who jumped out of Titanic, they lived. Those who stayed in because they were poor. Others could not afford the safety boats. So ODM is like Titanic. It is going to sink. The captains are holding onto it because they have fought a good fight. They have kept the faith. So if you want to keep the faith and fight the good fight with ODM, just continue sticking there. And you will sing with it, full stop. And this one, they will understand me in 2032. It has been a good fight. They will sing with Baba. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Daktari, for your take. This has been very interesting. It has been nice having you on our podcast. For our viewers who have come to the end of this session, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I've been your host, Jasmine Mumba. Bye.